Glacier National Park is one of the most beautiful places that I've ever seen. And I was able to take my family there in August of 2020. Now, this was only a 2-day portion of our 2-week-long trip. I want to tell you the 5 things you just must do if you only have a short time there. Mind you, that park is huge and there are hundreds and thousands of things you can do. But these are the 5 things that I definitely think you have to do if you only have a little bit of time there. Now, before we get into it, I want to tell you a little bit of something about me, us as a family, and why we started this channel. But if you don't care about any of that and you just want to know the 5 things, skip right ahead. There's chapters on this video. It won't offend me at all. I'm Eddie, and I'm calling this channel Swirling Eddie because, well, we have a family of 5, and it's like a whirlpool trying to get 5 people together and coordinate a vacation and what have you. Which brings me to my coordinator and planner and everything, which is my wife, Larissa. Pop her photo up right there. She's amazing, and she is the planner here. I'm the one that's here for driving and shooting videos and making sure that everybody's calm and cool and collected. But otherwise, she is the brains behind the operation. I have been running another YouTube channel for about 3 years now called Eddie Studios, and it is my videography channel. If you're interested in videography stuff, there'll be a link in the description. You can go and follow me over there if you'd like. About this channel, we bought an RV a couple months ago, and we are going on a trip in 2 weeks for 1 month. And we're going to do Route 66, some of California, the 5 national parks in Utah. We're going to hit Vegas. We're going to go through Colorado and all sorts of fun stuff. And we're going to be documenting the whole journey, coming up with small videos along the way, as well as like a large video that's kind of like our whole month-long RV excursion with a family of 5. So you'll get to meet the kids. My wife, hopefully, will start chatting more in the videos and stuff like that. I'm hoping to break her out of her shell because she has a great personality, but she just doesn't get on camera that much. So help encourage her in the comments throughout while you're following us, guys. And if you are interested in our journey, do subscribe so you can see the whole journey along the way. Now, let's go ahead and get into those 5 things. The first thing you absolutely have to do and kind of must do is drive the Going to the Sun road. And you have to do it because it goes from East Glacier to the St. Mary's side of the park. And it is fantastic. If that's all you do in Glacier National Park, you'll be satisfied. But if you're somebody that wants to adventure, you'll want to do some other stuff. There are so many amazing things to see along the Going to the Sun road. It brings you along and joins you into the rest of our stuff I'm going to talk about. But you get to see different tunnels, brings you up some switchbacks. You climb from a low elevation where it's comfortable getting in the water to a high elevation where you got to put a coat on and actually see snow while you're getting out of the car just off of the road. You don't even have to hike to a glacier for that. And I'm talking this was August. You can take short hikes at different spots, and there are tons of pull-offs for photos and all of that fun stuff. And if you can't get your kids interested in all of the scenery that you see in Glacier, I don't know what can get them interested. Throw their tablets and screens out the window. Let's go on to the next thing that you definitely can do with a family and is well worth it is the Johns Lake Trail and the McDonald's Creek Horse Bridge Trail. And this little trail was super fun for us. I put together a little B-roll clip that I made when we were there. I'm going to pop that up here and then I'll talk a little bit more. Now, if you start on the Johns Lake Trail side, it is a super easy hike through the woods that's perfect for any family, but really, you're getting all wilderness views on that side, the cute lake, but then once you get over to the McDonalds Creek portion, it is just the most beautiful, bluest water you've ever seen. Great spots for the little ones to go throw rocks in the river, or adults, and it's just like the greatest views, just so pretty. You can spend all sorts of time there, and it doesn't even take you that far away from the road, so it's very easy for kids of all ages. Our little 3-year-old was able to do it with no problem at all. A little farther up Going to the Sun road is my next one, the third thing you just must do, and that is to go up to Logans Pass and stop at Logans Pass and do some stuff. And by do some stuff, you go into the center there and check it out, but there's little wooden plank trails all around it, and you will most likely be lucky enough to see a bunch of mountain goats, or at least a few mountain goats, hanging out in the parking lot and all around the area. I got some great photos of some mountain goats and had some close encounters. But be careful, they are not afraid to butt you or your kids, so don't let them go near them. They're definitely something that's cool to see, but don't irritate them. I was even able to see a grizzly bear in this funny photo right here. Yeah, it was like a couple miles away, but I had a bit of a zoom lens, so I was able to like see the speck. It was so cool. I'm sure you could see grizzlies closer, but there's always like park rangers and stuff that tell you in that area, and they're like, you got to stay off that area. You don't want to go there. There's grizzly spotted. The trails go on and on up there, and you can go to like the highest points, and you are at the Continental Divide while you're up there. So also very cool. Really fun to explain the Continental Divide to your kids and kind of what that means for where you're located. And the fourth one is super easy. It's very quick, but that is to not miss the Jackson Glacier overlook. And this is where you're able to see the Jackson Glacier from the road. And they have a plaque there that shows you what the glacier used to look like, what it's looking like now. And you kind of learn the significance of the glaciers and what's happening to them, and the fact that we're probably not going to see them in a few years anymore, or at least the ones that you can see from the Going to the Sun Road, you're definitely not going to be able to see. Now, Jackson Glacier is one of the largest glaciers there, and the fact that it's receding quite a bit means that it's going to be really hard to see glaciers in the next 10, 20 years. So get there while you can. And number 5, which was my favorite time, and not because we didn't have the kids with us, because you definitely can bring the kids with you on this one, but we went to the Pigeon Pass and St. Mary's Lake Trail. And we started at the Pigeon Pass parking lot because you can actually start quite a bit up the road so you get closer to the waterfalls and stuff on St. Mary's Lake. But we wanted to see the overlook to St. Mary's Lake that's right off of Pigeon Pass. So if you park at the Pigeon Pass parking lot, you go to the left, and there's this overlook that looks over the lake, and it is gorgeous. We watched the sunrise there, saw fog drifting across the lake, and it was just so pretty. And then we headed on to the St. Mary's Lake portion, and I'm going to show you some B-roll of that, and I'll tell you a little something about it. St. Mary's Lake portion, we actually didn't even make it to the final waterfall, but we could see it across the lake, and we spent a lot of time and goofed around, and we needed to get back. But you can spend a lot of time on the St. Mary's Lake Trail. You can spend very little time. You can park closer or farther from it to get more of a hike in there. But it is definitely family friendly. We just chose to have the freedom of me and my wife were on the trip with the kids and my mother-in-law for 2 weeks, so we wanted some time, so we left the kids with the mother-in-law and just enjoyed the time to ourselves. And we also started very early, and if you know, getting kids up before the sun comes up is a nightmare. We had such a blast. It's so beautiful. Again, one of the most beautiful places that we've ever seen. If you guys enjoyed this video, do please subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to keep putting more videos like this out, and we have more videos from that journey in the Badlands and seeing Mount Rushmore and stuff like that. And I will be putting stuff on those different places up shortly, as well as 2 weeks from now, we start that RV trip, and I'm going to be dumping tons of fun videos about RVing with a family of 5 and the different places we go. So check out that video on us traveling to get the RV right there. It was a fun, interesting journey, and I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully I'll have my wife in on that one. Leave some comments if you want to see her, and I will make her sit down if you leave the comments. Peace out, guys. See ya. Enjoy your journeys. Bye.